How we remember. Processing in short-term and long-term memory. Encoding in short-term memory. What? Could you repeat that? Short-term memory holds information we are thinking about or are aware of at any given moment.
There are 3 types of ways to encode information. The first is visual encoding, which is the encoding of images. For example, if you were watching TV and remembering what you saw. There's also acoustic encoding, which is the encoding of sounds or sounds of words. For example, if you heard any instrument. And there's also semantic encoding, which is the encoding of meaning, the gist of something, or the main idea. Short-term memory has a certain capacity that it can hold, which is about 20 seconds or 7 different characters, plus or minus 2 depending on the person. In short-term memory, digits are much easier to remember than letters, which is why remembering someone's phone number is a lot easier than remembering a definition to something.
Long-term memory. Unlimited storehouse of information. Encoding in long-term memory. Hey, remember when you...
Don't remind me.
There are 2 types of long-term memory, explicit and implicit.
Explicit memories are either episodic or semantic. Episodic is specific to each person and are different experiences you've had. For example, losing your first tooth. And semantic are things you've learned. For example, learning how to drive a car. The reason episodic memories are different to everyone because each person experiences an event in a different way. Implicit memories are procedural, which are how-to memories, such as how to throw a baseball. And they are also condition memories, which are repetitive procedures, which is like driving a car every day. Short-term memory, going to long-term memory.
Chunking. Organizing items into familiar and manageable units.
If someone asked you to remember the characters LCO, BLK, AIV, TD, it'd be pretty hard. But if they asked you to remember TV, IDK, ABC, LOL, it'd be much easier because they were chunked into the familiar phrases TV, IDK, ABC, and LOL.
Another way to process memories are mnemonic devices. They are techniques that make material easier to remember. For example, Roy G. Biv. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet.
Another way to remember is rehearsal, which is repeating the same information over again to help you remember it more. When memorizing something, the order of information is important, which goes along with the primary effect and the recency effect, which is when it's easier to remember the first in the list and the last in a list, and it's a lot easier to forget the stuff that you heard in the middle.
Recap. Short-term memory. Things we encode and process from sensory signals. Long-term memory. Unlimited storehouse of information. Encoded visually, acoustically, or semantically. Capacity of STM. 7 units, plus or minus 2, 20 seconds. Short-term memory to long-term memory. Chunking, mnemonics, rehearsal.
We hope you remember!